Welcome to my first video. And today we're going to be using GitHub Copilot agents to build an application. Then let's get started. Let's first ask you to give us some ideas for our application. So it's just going to start brain everything for us, so we don't have to do it ourselves. And although it's kind of cheating as we should be thinking just a little bit, it does give us some ideas. So we have mobile alternatives and also so currently this is ChatGPT, so I'm guessing probably um or but either here I would say about that's a theme management. Let's meet this in here where I've spelling through. Yes, go and let's choose 4.4. Yeah, sorry. So let's say our stack will be that we want to use next year and save the UI or our with building browser. Let's see what it's so it starts thinking, generating all earnings, and of course we'll need to start creating the app. Let's just put that here. Yes. No. Wonderful. Creating our app. 37. But here. Now it wants us to install UI. Oh, wonderful. Creative instructions. And it took our prompt and it's now saving its own prompt. So basically what this does is it allows the Copilot to um, provide itself instructions. So it just created this. Okay. So now I'm going to tell it continue and start implementing. And then let's give it a balance. Let's say right in Java grid instead of like let's change the model up. Let's say 2.5. So each one of these variables are they all provide their own advantages and disadvantages. Cloud 3.5 and 3.7 Climate are both by Anthropic, and Gemini 2.5 Pro is by Google, and all the GPTs that you see, and O4 many, these are all by OpenAI. And so GitHub Copilot is the like it's a provider. You take all these APIs and it allows you to chat with your project basically. It understands all of your project, it reads through all of your files, and it also has access to mobile repositories and data. And it uses these to figure out what to do and how to write everything about the project. And so right now, this model is generating all the things that we need for our project. Once they create when these those changes mode there. Yeah, I'm the best learn. All right, what did it do wrong here? We barely fix up the extra concept. Let's actually start with again. Gone period next. What was our project? We should be on our narrative. No, no, yeah, wow, no, yeah, yeah, no, right? Mm. What's the next part? Builder. So sometimes there's the it doesn't understand perspective. Sometimes there are different versions of it, so it confused the tailwind version. As the old tailwind version did require the context, but it doesn't anymore. But it doesn't exactly understand that since there's only been trained up to 2019 beta. Well, some of them anyways. Some of them do know further, but the information doesn't exactly propagate considering the fact that the other repositories that it reads, they're all states that it's still using config. So now let's try that again. Let's say use Daisy UI for the you something with the no that go with the data well. That's that. So now let's try to install and arrows. Let's keep it main file. Um, install Daisy UI. And let's open up the Daisy UI 2016. Boom. And then no more post this. That's one right. All right. Then I was going to global last person. What? One. It's gonna do. What for creating the layout? I was just creating the UI here. Okay. So we're already starting to see the recipe parts come together. Keep it under no longer need this. Okay, so let's run the dev command real quick and see what it just created. So next, we have a recipe manager. No, okay. Oh no, let's sure have set up a database. Oh, set up and but set up that express earlier with my email application and well, let's set up instructions. Well, I'm telling you, create a server which has the API that allows us to actually use this. And it's going to create our server in a different browser. All right. So no ideas. Let's start with the plan again. These are installed, continue, and create. So, so probably these theory, these are performance. And right now, as you can tell, it, setting up the configurations for the database and setting up the server in Express. All right. Once we create a database, lies well. So let's look at the end. The following is all right. Great. Like the flash today. Install my flow. Installation took a while, and about 5 minutes debug later, we finally now have a connection. So you can see our server is now connected to the MySQL database, and it has completely written up our server. Now it's time to access our API. So let's see what it does. And the entire debugging process was very useful. I'm not an expert at using databases, and it led me through the installations of commands that I need to run to set up the database. So it really is helpful when like you're trying to create something from scratch. So it has created the server, wrote up all of the roots, and now it's probably gonna you now it's probably gonna try to create use the next application. So now I'm gonna tell it now that the API has been written, right? The usage in the net application. And then after that, we can just iteratively add more and more features, which it will implement as access to the server, as um, generally any. So let's see what it does. So right now, it's one page, and there's to add all these features. Okay, let's restart the server. And then let's start our application. Let's go in, refresh. Okay. So add a new recipe. It's happening. We just came across an issue. Let's see what Next.js is. They're popular. They'll pitch. All right. So now I'm gonna share that the third and let me pause and some last ones. Now there's finally added the ability. But what happened before was that it hadn't actually implemented the functionality, but it had the buttons and used it. But now we can actually add a recipe. So let's give it the functionality to add the functionality to the tree.